Good morning and welcome back. Today it's a lovely sunny day and we're off collecting some lambs up for the auction. Hey, are you ready? You go find some sheep. So I've got a full team on today and we're just going to go and get some fat lambs and hopefully draw some for the auction later on today. There's Archie on the other side. Berries are on the trees, so usually that's the sign we're going to have a bad winter. I'm trying to film Archie, but it's not going very well. And there's my little herdwicks up there. Why are you guys in there? You're not supposed to be here. Got a problem, Houston. It's getting worse, and obviously the rain over the last few days has made it worse, and we've lost some more planks, and we've got to try and get the sheep across here. So we've got another board over there, so we're going to try and patch it in so the sheep can go across, but he has dropped down, and we're going to try and put some concrete slabs across it. We're going to try and get those measured up and ordered. What's the matter, Pete? Are you ready to go? Are you ready to go? Paddy's ready to go. He's up there trying to get the sheep. Archie is... Where's Archie? Oh yeah, Archie's up there just to stop the sheep coming up. Right, let's go and get the lambs. Are in a sad way for bridges over this side. And this is another bridge that we're going to do. We're going to try and get some concrete slabs. What are they called? They're not called concrete. What are they called? Concrete panels even. I knew I was wrong when I was saying slabs. Concrete panels. David's forgot to bring the tape measure to measure up today. But we're going to... the sheep are going to have to go across that little bridge there. They've done it before. So there's David and Elliot and the dogs bringing these round. Paddy's doing quite a bit of work, and they've got to cross over. There's a bit of a crossover where you can see they've actually crossed over, and they're going to go and get the other sheep up the other side. I did think this was a dead sheep here, but actually it's just a bunch of wool. So I'm guarding this so they can't go over it. Then hopefully we'll get them all collected up. But sometimes we go right round this side and it's a bit of a nightmare. And we do miss our other quad bike. We used to have 2 quad bikes, and to be fair, it was great when we had 2. We have got Archie, but Archie's guarding up there. Archie's guarding on his trials bike up there. So to stop them going up over the hill once we let them over the bridge. It's a lovely day, and we're hoping, fingers crossed, we're hoping once we've got these sorted, David's going to get back from the auction. I'm going to finish my paperwork, and I think we're going to start mowing tonight as long as the weather holds. So fingers crossed, we may have some grass in by tomorrow. So I don't know if you can see, I'm trying to zoom in without this phone going blurred, but yeah, they're gathering all up in that corner there. And David's going to come round, or well, Paddy will probably come round, push them round. There is a place where they can get over, but they're probably going to come round where those 2 bullocks are, which seem quite happy with themselves. And it's a bit of a nightmare field to actually get sheep on, because we don't actually own the middle part. There's like, I don't know if you can see the 3 fields here. Where's my finger? So that's our field, and that's our field. But this field in the middle, so we have to kind of come round in kind of like a bottom end of a H shape, and yeah, we just it sometimes becomes a bit of a nightmare. So they're starting to all collect up now, so hopefully we'll get them down to the bridge in a minute, and then the task of getting them over the bridge begins, which I'm not looking forward to. you see this, it's like a trod. We call them trods on the fell. It's basically where the sheep spend a lot of the time walking up and down. So they're off up to the bridge. So the lambs that we've got this year are mainly New Zealand Texel crosses, and they're doing pretty well. We've got some chivets among them, and also some mule lambs. There's one coming up here. Well, no, there's a Swaledale lamb here. Keep all the lambs together. Paddy's there, just rounding them up a little bit more. Pete's in there saying, "Why have you put that board in with me? I'm not happy." And two naughty cows on the other side of the fence. This is one of Elliot's tubs. Two of Elliot's tubs even. One's Clive, and I don't know what the other one's called. So the bridge repairer's here. Try and get these sheep across somehow. I think you need to put it at this bottom bit, David. Yeah. Looking something like Archie waiting patiently. I'm not going to zoom in because he's going to be doing probably some hand signals to me for videoing him. I realised where Nobleman's got through. I don't know if you can see the gate. Oh, my knee. Yeah, he's trolleyed this gate. He's jumped over it. All he's done is absolutely wrecked it. Honestly, that bull. We are putting him on the transfer list. He is really well bred. It's quite sad, really, because he's such a well-bred bull, but he's done his job here anyway, so he needs to go, and somebody else can use him for breeding with. Right, let's get these lambs across. So need this bridge repaired. It's an absolute nightmare. It takes some, normally we could do this, probably one or two people. We're having to take all of us to go get the lambs across. Once one of them goes across, they'll start following. Here we go. This is it. And I'm going to have to make sure they go under the bridge. Now they're going across. Come on, you've been under there quite a few times now. I'm going to try and run up there. But I've got to try not to get in front of him as well. Else he'll stop. Look, all sides. So David's coming now. Normally we have the bike across. I don't know why we didn't get the bike across first. So some of them have gone underneath, and some of them are there. So Archie's going backwards and forwards, and David's there, and I'm trying to stop him all come up here, and Elliot's running like a lunatic with two dogs. He's got Lee and Pete, bless him. Let's try and catch those sheep. Go on! He's done it. Well done. He's got them back, but he's absolutely tied out now. Yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare here. Now normally the bike is across first, and normally they don't get to this point where they're getting as far as this, and I don't know why we didn't put the bike across the bridge first. So the bridge really does need to be repaired because I've just missed it, but David had the quad bike halfway down the bridge. Didn't get the video out quick enough. Jack and both my tups, Jack and Amos, are scrapping. Why on earth are they squirrel? It will be coming up to tup time soon, so hormones, testosterone's building up. Oh, we're having a big boy scrap. So there's Jack, Amos and a swale. And I'm here guarding another bridge again, and my camera's playing up again. So I've got Archie on his bike again, and Elliot now with Pete in the trailer. And I've got Lee. So this Yao wants to come across the bridge, but she's clocked eyes on Lee, so she's like made a different decision. That's it, up that way. Oh look, the tups are still scrapping. Yeah, I'm not sure that's the correct way to bring sheep in, actually. Come on boys, get on with it. Come on Jack. So yeah, we've also got a couple of Texel, New Zealand Texels with the other tups as well. So there's Jack and Amos staring Lee out. Another tub. Sometimes, I don't know if you can see on this tub here, we have to chop their horns off. The reason for this, oh, I don't like this top. This is the one that actually I might get out of here because he's a bit of an arse. Yeah, David's locked me in. I'm going to get out of this one because I think this is the one that attacks people. So as we were saying, sometimes we have to cut the horns, and with this tup, his horns was growing right up into his face, and yeah, making his face sore. So we had to cut them off. They were growing really tight onto his face, and he's now trying to attack Jack. So we've brought them in the yard, they've been sorted up, and Elliot, Pete and me are waiting for them to come to the top of the road. We're actually taking them up the road onto the campsite until we've got campers on again, and then we'll move them. I can hear David, I just can't see any sheep. Here they are, a bit steady, and I'm going to go in front of them in a minute. Once they got to the main road. Here we go. Right, I'm off in front of them. So it's a bit of a slower process walking the lambs to any field, just because obviously they haven't got their mother to lead them. So yeah, David and Elliot and the dogs are just walking nice and steady, just pushing them along up to the field gates. And then once they recognise the field gates opening, obviously they've been there with their mothers, nothing stops them then, they're just off and away into the field to get their heads down and get some more grass. And they'll stay in there till we've got more campers. We'll push them off down into the lower field, and we'll just keep bringing them backwards and forwards to the farm to check, and also to go to the auction.
Paddy, that'll do!
Paddy still thinks he's not working.
Paddy, that'll do! Paddy!
Leave the owl alone, Paddy.
Paddy, that'll do!
He says, I'm just ignoring you now. And here's the lambs on the campsite that we just took up to the top of the road. Start again. I'm not saying I'm on a rescue mission to save David, but all afternoon he's been going, I'm going to be late. I'm going to be late for the auction. I need to go to the service station. I need to get some fuel. And then guess what? he went a completely different way and has run out of fuel with a trailer full of sheep on. Well, not full of sheep, but half a trailer full of sheep. And I'm on a rescue mission, bringing in flipping fuel like I ain't got nothing better to do. So after yesterday's disastrous auction attempt, which David didn't get to in the end, we're now off to pick some sheep up from a neighbouring farmer. Onwards, you will not see David Brownrigg smile anymore, because earlier on today he had an incident with a sourdough and he broke his tooth, and now he looks like a hillbilly. The famous sign that says "Do not follow sat-nav," but for some unknown reason, did you see that? David just went over the curb. For some unknown reason, everybody does follow the sat-nav, and our postcode covers about 25 houses, so we usually get a phone call saying I'm up the fell somewhere. So we're off in the pickup and trailer. One of the farmers near us has already gathered the fell. They've gone a bit early, and they brought the sheep down, and some of the sheep that they brought down are ours, so we're going to pick them up from another farmer who's got them with theirs. So off to get some more sheep. So we're getting ready for grass, and David's taking the forage wagon up to a friend's to get tyres pumped up. So one step closer. It is sunny, but it is raining in between, so we're not doing it today.